I really hate Amazon. And I've purchased some things on there that I can't get anywhere else. But I try to avoid that site. They sell a lot of replicas, counterfeits, seconds, broken items, returns, counterfeits, fakes. I think it's a scam. And there's a big problem with China sellers getting on there and selling products and pretending that they're legitimate, or selling factory seconds, broken, damaged returns as if they're brand new merchandise. So I just bought a trash can for the new house. I had these really cool trash cans for the house I'm staying at now, and I can't take them. I'm going to leave them. They match the house that I'm staying at, and they're just too big. I could maybe bring one of them to the new house. So I was getting something smaller that would fit in the laundry room area. There's not even room for a trash can in the kitchen. I have to put it in the laundry room, which is next to the kitchen. And this is very boring. I'm sorry to bother you guys, but this is a perfect example. It's a perfect example of why I hate Amazon. So I went to check the internet because I thought I got ripped off on the price of this trash can. I got it at Lowe's and it was $60. It was really expensive. I thought it was way overpriced, but I needed a trash can. I didn't have time, and it was made in the US, so I just went ahead and bought it. So I was hopping online to see and make sure that that's the price it actually sold for, and I didn't just overpay for no reason. And then I go to Amazon, and there are a bunch of negative reviews about their customer service, the type of products they sell to people. It's unacceptable. So I'm just going to screenshot and show you some of the reviews. And I totally believe this. I try not to buy anything on Amazon, but I have gotten a few items before over the years, and there were serious issues. Like, I can't remember everything off the top of my head, but like one time I bought like this cleaning brush thing, and it was just in a really thin plastic envelope. So of course the envelope had ripped, and the item was just coated and like covered in a bunch of mud, and was bent. So it poked through the envelope and had like scraped into mud and dirt. So not the best experience. I think a little packing material would be nice. So I'm going to show you what other people deal with on Amazon, and this is the norm on Amazon. This is not an outlier. So this is the super expensive trash can that I just bought, except for some reason it's $70 on here. It was $60 at Lowe's, which I still thought was a ripoff, but it was made in the US, and it had like a lock to close the lid, so I thought, you know, it'll keep the dogs out. That has some value. Made in the US. I don't care if it's stainless steel or not. You know, it did have a little more weight than the plastic one, so it wouldn't tip over as easily. So if this works, great. I'm hoping it works well enough that it doesn't topple and the dogs will stay out of it. So when I go to the reviews, it seems like every negative review, at least when I look at the images, is based on Amazon and their customer service. And it has nothing to do with the actual item. So, you know, these are even not bad. Okay, so the first one, this says sturdy. They like the item, so the item's pretty good. And I will say, when I got it at the store, I swapped the lids and stuff to get one that looked better, because there's some defects on these. And for $60, you don't want something that looks like it's dirty or stained. So the second review, the item is warped. This is the type of stuff that Amazon sends. I really think they get factory seconds and sell them as new, and then just a lot of people don't bother with returning it and keep it. And they factor that in, and they get some money for the item that otherwise they would have just had to like recycle or throw away. So this person says that it's not quite, that has a dent. So they send dented items. Okay, good. Someone got one that was not defective. Okay, not new. It's all scratched up. It could be new. It could be from the factory. But it's also not working properly. So, dented lid. Yeah, they just send damaged items. That looks bad. I wouldn't want to spend. This is even more than it costs at the hardware store. It's supposed to be $60, and for some reason, Amazon charges $10 more than retail price, and then they send people dented cans, scratched cans, and defective items. Okay, there's nothing wrong with this, people. Be a little more careful. Teach your kids to be respectful. Not saying it always works, because it didn't work with mine. I'm just saying that, you know, this is not Rubbermaid's fault. Let's see. It's dented again. And that looks really bad, because you're paying more for stainless steel. Look at all those dents in the top. So you pay more and you get less. Get a huge scratch on the top here. And this is just what you get on Amazon for most things that you buy on there. Like even if you buy canned foods or canned goods, they'll come all dented up. The lid's not closing properly. And I tested the ones in the store, and they didn't have this issue. This is Amazon's problem. Broken pedal. You know, a lot of these items break because of how poorly they package and ship items. Like, I'm a seller and I ship online. I would never, or I sell online, so I ship most of my orders. I use bubble wrap, or, you know, sometimes I'll double box. I ship everything in a way that it's not going to be broken, so it's still possible that something could be damaged if the post office uses excessive force, you know, if they drop the package or step on it or something, but the way Amazon boxes their items is completely unacceptable, and they like waste a bunch of money too. Yeah, so this person said there was like liquid coming out of their trash can. It means it's a used item. Somebody's used it, they probably broke it and they sent it back. Then Amazon sold it as new. People get a brand new item, spend $10 more, and it arrives chipped. Won't close. Dented again. These are all different people, different reviews. Now, probably a lot of these are factory seconds, because actually, I tried to get one of the lids off and it was really hard, so I think it would last a long time. So, yeah, there's defects on the item. Arrived dirty and used, and the lid is broken. Arrived with no lid at all. Okay, so here's a review I saw. This is how Amazon will send their items to you. This box is way oversized. There's no bubbles. There's no peanuts. It's just thrown in the box, bouncing around. And the fact that this doesn't get stepped on or crushed, honestly, is very surprising. I don't understand it. If I ever shipped anything like this, I know that it would be broken. So they must have warehouses all over the place, and they're only going a short distance. Yeah, this is not acceptable. And they would probably save money, too, by using a smaller box. Items all scratched up. It looks bad. So there's no quality control. It's like there's no human in there. So when the robots go and they pick up the item off the shelf, they end up picking up a broken return that a robot probably said was fine. I don't know. Or maybe there's people that just have fun, like they sort the returns and they put the broken items back in and say they're fine. And then I also heard stories about items that were perfectly fine getting sent to the landfills. So broken items get resold as new, and then items that are fine get thrown away. This is what Amazon will do. They are so wasteful. And now they pretend that they're trying to help the environment by making you drive your package to the post office to return it. I remember it used to be like really easy to return items, and they had like an A to Z guarantee. And then they changed that, and then they like lied and said it was for the environment. To where basically now they charge people to do returns, or they make them go to a store. I don't know it exactly, but I saw it was so inconvenient that like hardly anyone is going to do that. So I think that this is the planned destruction of Amazon. I think they're intentionally sending people crap. They're making the returns process hard after making it so easy. And you're paying more for everything. Maybe in the beginning it was a good deal. So this is going to lead to the eventual collapse or downsizing of Amazon, which is exactly what we need. We need to have mom and pops again. And it's not fair how these giant corporations, how they basically push everyone out of business. They have enough funds, they've got millions and billions of dollars, that they undercut the small sellers. And then as soon as they're gone, they raise their prices. They give you great customer service, no questions asked, returns, money back. And then as soon as the small sellers are gone, then their customer service goes away. So this is what they do. That should be illegal. That really should be illegal. But I only buy on here what I absolutely have to, or things that sometimes if it says it's directly from a company. I had no idea it had no lid, and the lid never came. Yes. This is why we want real people selling and shipping and packing the items. Making sure that they're not broken or damaged before they send them. Actually putting a little bubble pop in there. So, I mean, the trash can to me, it seemed overpriced. I feel like I got ripped off, but actually it seemed pretty nice. And it closed well. So, I would just say if the can was like 40 bucks instead of 60, I would have been happy. I just felt it was overpriced. That was the only thing wrong with it. This person received 4 lids and no trash can. Doesn't close. Well, it's supposed to close. See, Amazon is just selling broken items. And how many of these people are not going to bother and they're just going to throw it away, dump it in a landfill, other than go through the lengthy returns process, which is much more complicated now than it used to be years back. So they got something completely different. So they got the cheaper one that's all plastic, even though they paid for the stainless steel top. I wonder how many people they did that to. So there's like one that's $10 cheaper and it has less stainless steel on it. So I heard several reviews so far of people buying this item on Amazon and they're receiving the one that looks almost the same but is cheaper, and they're paying the higher price. And I bet a lot of people don't even notice this. So not an original box. I don't think it comes with one. Looks used, yes, scratched and dented everywhere. Not happy, and you paid more. You paid more than it cost. So I guess I could just keep looking at these images here, and see what else will show up, will appear. I mean, it's a fine trash can. I'll pay more to buy something made in the United States. It's like, not that the United States is so much better than any other country. It's that no matter what country that you live in, you should be supporting your local economy. So if you live in France, you should try to buy made in France. If you live in Africa, that's not a country. If you live in Namibia, you should try to buy things made locally. If you live in Japan, you should try to buy made in Japan, not made in China. So, not made in Indonesia. So I try to buy made in the United States when there is an option. Now, I'm not going to spend $1,000 on something I could get for $100. I will buy Chinese-made products used, secondhand. And there are other times that I would buy Chinese products as well. So I will not buy Chinese items that are sold by American companies. But I will buy Chinese products that are sold by Chinese people, that are sold to Chinese people. So I don't want to buy outsourced Chinese products, but I would buy things that are sold to the Chinese public that are made in China, if that makes sense. So yeah, they didn't get a lid here. What's this? No lid. Yeah, I mean it wasn't an extremely expensive trash can. It was kind of flimsy, but it was way tougher than the other ones. Like I looked at Kroger's, and they had a trash can there, and it was like a dollar store trash can. It was falling apart, and the lid wouldn't even close properly. So this is like 10 times better than that. So I guess because of inflation, you hardly get anything. Like our money is worth 20% what it used to be 10 years ago. That's what it seems like. So, I mean, with that factored in, maybe it was a fair price. Okay. So, I mean, there's probably more reviews, but usually on Amazon, items get rated much worse than they actually are because they just sell factory seconds, broken items, dirty items, returns, and they send the wrong item, and then they don't package it safely and securely. So you'll find that the reviews are always worse. Don't base the quality of the product on an Amazon review. And also, in many cases, they're sending a counterfeit or a factory second, and it's not even what you would get if you purchased it new in a store. So, yeah, do not rely on Amazon reviews to get an honest rating of an item. So now there's a lot of good reviews here. So it looks like this is back in 2020, the beginning of a certain time period in the world, which I can't say what that is, or my account will probably be restricted. But it looked like a few years back, people were getting the items they were supposed to in 2020. Oh, never mind. But anyways, I did see a bunch of positive reviews in a row. And then just as time goes on in the Biden economy, the reviews are getting worse and worse and worse. So I'm going to stop it here. If anyone cares to learn more about trash cans, I guess I could make a separate video. But yeah, I picked this up because I needed something for the new house, and the dogs might not be able to get into this. And if they see it's closed, they might not bother trying to even tip it over. So thanks for watching.